Hello guys. So today I'll be telling you how you can run your own web-based radio station very easily. To achieve this, we'll be using a free and open source software known as AzuraCast. AzuraCast is a very great software that packs everything that you require to run a web server that can run a web radio station. So before going into the installation process and how it works and what you can do with it, let us go to the requirements of AzuraCast, what the server requirements are. So if you see the minimum requirements that is required is it should have a 64-bit CPU, at least 2 GB of RAM, and more than 20 GB of hard disk drive, and the system should be able to run Docker. But the recommended settings are 4 CPU cores should be there, 4 GB of RAM should be there, 40 GB or greater hard disk should be there. So if you don't have many listeners and or if you are trying to start a radio station just to testing, then you can go with the minimum requirements. But if you think you will have some audience, go with the recommended requirements. So the first thing to do to install AzuraCast is create a virtual private server or a cloud instance. So for this purpose, I'll be using Vulture. Vulture is a very great system that has a lot of functionalities, and their infrastructure is very good, and the cloud instances that we deploy are very stable. So I'll be using Vulture for the purpose. So let us log into our account. If you don't have an account of on Vulture, just sign up, provide your card details, and you are getting $150 as intro credit as well. So you can use that credit to run your software for run your servers for a month. So that you can do. So when you log into Vulture, you get presented with a dashboard. In this dashboard, you can see all those things that can be done. So we need to deploy a new server. So we'll come to the plus sign and click on deploy new server. So once you do that, select the type of server you want. And for me, I have selected it as cloud compute. I am from India, so the nearest data center server location for me would be Singapore. And operating system I'll select as Ubuntu 20.10 since it is LTS version of Ubuntu, and we need 4 CPU for at least 4 GB of RAM and 4 CPUs. So let me select this instance and I'll come down. We don't need IPv6. If you are running it on production and if you want to use the radio server on production, then ensure to check the auto backups. The server level backups are very important, and that even though AzuraCast has the provision to take backup and restore them, but server level backups are always a better plan. So I'll select my SSH key. If you don't have SSH keys, you can click on add new and provide the SSH key. When you click on add new, it will take you to a different screen where you can name your SSH key and provide the SSH key here. And for adding the SSH key, you can run the command SSH keygen on your Linux terminal, and it will provide you with the idrsa.public file, and you can use that. So let us name our hostname as AzuraCast, and let us deploy the server. So as soon as I click on deploy the server, it will take a few minutes to deploy it. Meanwhile, let us come to the official documentation of AzuraCast and come to the installation part. So if you go to the installation part and see this AzuraCast is server-based software that is installed on a VPS dedicated server or other computer that serves both your station broadcasts and its own web interface for server network connection. So there are many things. They have one-click installer as well. It is on DigitalOcean Marketplace. It is on AzuraCast one-click installer on Linode Marketplace. Even Vulture provides you the one-click installer of AzuraCast. But considering you may want to run it on a new instance of a server, so I'll walk you through the process of installing. So let us see how we can install it. So we'll come to the self-hosted installation and select Docker. Okay, so let us click on installing AzuraCast with Docker. So here we come. So let us see if our server is ready. Yes, our server is ready. So the first thing first, I'll log into the server. So I'll do tiling so that you will be able to see my terminal as well as the uh, documentation. So let me do it that way. So it will be helpful, I guess. So okay. And here we have the documentation, and let me open a server. So I have copied the IP, and using the IP I'll log into the server. So let me log in into it. So it is asking for the password, so let me get the password. It should not have asked as I had selected the SSH key. Maybe it got deselected when we tried to create a new SSH key. Okay, so we are into the server now. Coming back to the documentation, so it is a Ubuntu based server. So the first thing that you do in a Ubuntu based server or any server that you have, you run the update command, run the update repository command. So that is what we are gonna do. We'll run the command apt update. It will update all the repositories that it has. So this is the first step on any server. Anything you are planning to do this. This will make your life very easy. Otherwise, for many packages you may find that it says that package is not found or something like that. So now let us use the documentation. The first thing it says that create a directory in /var/azuracast. So let us copy it, or copy both of them. We'll cp into that as well. So we'll cd into that. We have come here. Now what it says, I'll try to explain as well so that you have some idea what is happening. So it is downloading the docker.sh file, azuracast docker.sh file, and writing it to docker.sh, and we are making that file an executable, and we are running that file with the command install. So it will install docker and the server, both the things. So let us do that. I'll copy the commands again. I'll paste it here, and everything is done, and I'll just click yes. It will start installing the software for us. So it is very simple process. So you don't have to do anything to make it workable. You just have to paste some commands and the system will be installed for you. So while it is getting installed, I'll like to tell you few more things about Azuracast. So you can have a playlist in Azuracast, you can broadcast, you can have a playlist there, you can add songs. There is a DJ mixer as well, web-based DJ mixer. uh, so it has icecast, and it also has shoutcast that is used. So it is asking us docker compose does not appear to be installed. Install docker compose. So yes, we'll install docker compose. So for those of you who don't know what is docker compose, so docker compose is a command line utility that allows us to run a few docker files individually using a single command. So that is what docker compose does. We create a docker compose.yaml file. We specify all the things and all the commands that needs to be run, and it does that for us. So second question is asked was prefer stable release of the version of Azuracast. Definitely select as yes. So stable versions are quite stable. So now it is asking us for the language that we want to use. So we'll use English US. It will ask to customize the ports that are being used in Azuracast. We would not like to customize. So the main post Azuracast listen for insecure HTTP connection at 80. Sure. So we'll write 80 here. HTTPS 443. SFTP port it wants 2022, the default one. Minimum number of port for station assignment, let's have it default 8000. Let it be 8499 for station port assignment. Now this is a thing that you may want to consider. If you are using it on a domain name, then you must choose to set up let's encrypt. It will automatically set up let's encrypt for you, but for this demo purpose we won't be using any domain, so I'll be on the IP itself, so I won't be needing let's encrypt here, so I'll select it as no. So now it is pulling MariaDB, pulling Redis, pulling stations, pulling web, pulling Nginx proxy, and it will do all those things, and within a few minutes the server would be ready and we'll be able to install everything there. And once we install that, I'll walk you through the system that we can work with. So let it get installed. So let me pause the video and I'll come back when it is installed. So it seems the server is installed now and we have got the message that visit this URL to complete the setup. So I'll just copy this URL. Now I'll maximize my browser and we'll paste the URL here. So this is the first screen that you are presented with. So it will tell you to create an admin account. So we'll give an admin account here. The email and password you need to provide. It will show you the password strength at all, and we'll click on create account. Okay. So the system wants a default station. So you need to create a default station for it. So let's see, what should we call it? Let us call it default station. Add in a description. You can add genre as well. And what you can do a website URL as well. So you can have a domain and you can point it to the home page of AzuraCast. You can do that. Then it will ask you to set the time zone. So is there an option to search? Yes, it is. So I'll select my time zone. Enable public page. So if you enable this, the users will have an option to go to your web page and listen to the radio. Enable downloads on demand page, and almost every other thing you can leave it to the default. The settings are pretty much done so that almost all type of stations can run. So you have these options, you can go through it and you can decide whether you want to use it or not. So for me, I'll be using the default options. So here it comes. Prefer browser URL? No. Display keep history if you want to keep enable advanced feature. I definitely would like to know what advanced features are there. So I'll select it as yes and I'll save changes. As soon as I do that, I'll be presented with the admin dashboard. So this is the admin dashboard of AzuraCast. So you can see the average listener and all those things. There is an administration portal as well where you can change all those things that you have initialized while installing the software. So you can see that it is using 1.5 gigs of memory and 14.5 gigs of hard disk. So you can have all those things here. So I won't be getting into that because if you are here as a user and you want to run the radio station, you would be more interested in understanding how the station works. And as far as the Gravatar goes, this is very good. So they use Gravatar to pull your avatar here. So whatever email is there, you can sign up using that email on Gravatar and set up your Gravatar, and it will be imported as the avatar here. So I like this feature. Here all the stations are listed, so you can see a button to manage that station. So let us click that. So we are presented with the station management portal, and we are also given the URL where station runs. So there is a lot of feature here. So I'll try to tell you as many features as I can. Okay, so here is the public page of the radio station. Here is podcast schedule and all those things can be used. So for running anything we need to create a playlist. So we come here and let us download some royalty free music. You must be aware of the royalty rules of your country, because if you don't know the royalty rules, you may end up violating some legal things, and that won't be very good. So I'll download the song. So we cannot do it in a audio book. No song making, no music remake, no audio podcasts. Uh, Let us download it. It doesn't allow it, but for our demo purposes, let us do it. So once it is getting downloaded, we'll wait. Now we come to the playlist again, and here is the option to add playlist. So before adding the playlist, we'll go to the music files option. So you go to the music files and you get the option to select a file. So I'll go to downloads, and here is the songs that we just downloaded. Let it upload. Songs get uploaded, you can see it here. Select that song and make it into the default playlist. For now you can create a new playlist as well, but for now use the default playlist. So playlist has been updated, and you can see this. Now let us go to our radio station. We'll go to our profile. Playlist has been set. Now we can start the radio station. So let us click on start, and click on start. Now we'll go to the public page of our radio station. You are presented with a beautiful unicorn and this. So let us click on play. So the radio is playing whatever we have put there, and it is playing. So this is how the radio works. Now second thing that you would like to know is how you can stream, your own voice and everything. So we'll cover that as well. So let us close this page for now. Now we'll stop the station. So here we come to stopping the service, broadcast service. So we'll stop it. So it will tell you that front end has been stopped. You can stop the audio DJ as well, auto DJ as well. Okay, so to stream your own content, you need to create a DJ account. and for that you need to enable streaming. Okay, so we create an account. So let us tell it we have to give a password as well, so we'll give a password. Display name, I don't know, Ravi DJ, something like that, and account is active, and I'll click on save changes. So the account is active now. We have a DJ account here. So to stream it on our radio station, they have given a very good tool, Web DJ. You can use other software like Mixit and all those things as well, but we'll be using this Web DJ. Since it is running on the IP, it is giving the warning since it is using a self-signed certificate. So here it will ask you to allow the microphone to be used. All those settings you can see what is there. You can add music as well, so you can add a song, you can add another song as well. So you can add another song. If I don't have another song, I guess, so I won't be able to do that, so but I'll tell you what to do. So here are the DJ credentials that you need to add. So I'll add my credentials, the user I have created, and I'll click on play. Now the users aren't listening to what is happening. So what I'll do, you cannot listen. You cannot listen what is happening. To listen to it, you'll have to click on Q. So it will let you listen to the song. So I'll stop it for now. So using this, you can use your microphone as well. So let us do start streaming. So the streaming has started. You can use your microphone, and using your microphone you can run everything. You can pause it, and you can do anything that you want. So this is how the system works. So we'll stop the streaming and we'll come back. So this was how everything is managed here. There is a beta version of podcasts available as well, so you can create your podcasts. So that is one thing, and there are many other things like mount points. And if you search how to use Azuracast, you'll find a ton of resources on YouTube and everywhere else. So I just wanted to tell you how you can do it. So this is the way to do it, and there are a few other things that I would like to tell, like webhooks. You can create a webhook. You can define the event where what you want to do, and it will create the webhook for you. You can have the public station. You can customize the changes, customize it as well. And there somewhere here there is a option to embed it in your website as well. I don't know where it is, but I have seen it somewhere. So anyways, so if you search for it on Google, you will definitely find it. So this was basically how you can start your own radio station and do some things. I want you to, of course, install it and have a little go with it to understand how it is working and play around it, and let me know your thoughts about the software, and also let me know if you want to know about some other softwares, how to install them and how to run them. I'll be very happy to do that. So that's all for now. Thanks a lot.